Well, hello from Thailand. I'm Peter Pavlina, and I'm happy to say I'm still alive. I wanted to bring you up to date on what I'm doing now. But first, thank you to all of you who've reached out wondering where I disappeared to. I'm living in a city called Chiang Mai. It's in northern Thailand, way up by the Myanmar border. Chiang Mai is a magical place. As you might imagine, I get a range of reactions about my move here. Some people think I'm crazy. Other people think it's the coolest thing to move to the other side of the world. My agenda with this video is to tell you about 5 things. The first item is I want to show you a little bit about my life here in Chiang Mai. I'll share some videos with you about my neighborhood. The second item is I want to tell you about my pivot. And to make a long story short, I'm shifting from writing newsletters to shooting videos. And the content will be the same as my newsletters, but with a new brand called The Well-Being Man. And the focus is on men over 50. The third item is I want to talk about my journey. And it's not about Thailand or changing jobs. It's about the journey a man travels as he ages, as he faces mortality. So fellas, we are all in this together. The fourth item is I want to give you an overview of my 9 pillars of well-being. And my point is that to experience well-being requires a lot of work, and that work is never ending. And finally, the fifth item is I want to offer some suggestions to men over 50. So let's roll. The first agenda item is about my life here. People ask me, why did you move to Thailand? Well, to be honest, I grew somewhat restless in the US. I needed something new, a new challenge. I had a craving for a new place, a new continent, a new way of life. I figure life is short, and I want to explore, to grow, to learn, and to adventure. And I've always been very intrigued by Asia. There's so many different fascinating cultures here. I strongly believe being far away from home can be healthy. It can bring clarity about our own life. It pushes us out of our comfort zone, making it easier to cope with discomfort. Chiang Mai is a special city. It blends ancient history with modern life. There are hundreds of temples here, and cafes and restaurants, and festivals and night markets. It's a very interesting place. It's in the mountains, close to nature, tropical forests, waterfalls, hot springs. And there's a huge university here, just about a mile from my place, with about 36,000 students studying medicine, engineering, business, digital innovation, the arts, and many more. And there's a big expat community here. People come from Canada, Europe, US, Japan, Korea, Australia, all over the world. And Chiang Mai is a great home base from which to explore Southeast Asia. I'm shooting this video from my condo here. It sits at the base of the famous Doi Sutet mountain. So here are some amateur videos I put together about my neighborhood here. Here are a couple of shots of the square-shaped moat that surrounds the old city. It was built in the 13th century. Each side's about a mile long. It was built to protect the city from invading enemies. This is a view from inside the old city at the Top Hay Gate on the east side. Here's a view from my balcony looking at the Doi Sutet mountain. And then here you'll see my lobby, the lobby of my building. There I'm walking with my buddy David. Here is a typical street food market near me. You can buy fried rice, cow soy, Thai sausage, fried dumplings, some tum papaya salad, fresh fish, geez, all kinds of good foods. There are also some very cool shopping areas near my place. So those are some of my amateur videos. I actually shot those videos using this little tiny camera here. This thing's amazing. It's supposedly for YouTubers, whatever that means. It's got a gimbal head on it, so it kind of follows you around wherever you go. Here's the box. It's called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I paid about 23,000 Thai baht for that, and that's about $700 US. I learned how to use this thing about a week ago, and I promise my videos will improve over time. The second agenda item is my pivot to videos, and I should start by saying thank you to those of you who encouraged me to start shooting videos, especially those of you half my age. It's amazing what you can learn from young people. And Dara, this one is for you. Thank you, brother. Dara is a friend. He's from Ireland, 34 years old, lives in Vietnam, has a YouTube channel. He's what we call a digital nomad. My motivation to start a YouTube channel is that I don't want to retire. I want to stay engaged with something meaningful. I want to be creative. I want to have fun. Videos are a great way to stay in touch with people and meet interesting people. My goal is to continue to develop my work on well-being for men. I want to be informative, inspirational, and useful to share my personal experiences. My primary audience is men over 50. It's also highly relevant for men who are younger than 50. To be honest, it's not easy to start something new. Getting in front of a camera and sharing it can be scary. I'm finding it takes more courage to shoot videos than to write newsletters. There's a lot to learn. Cameras, microphones, lighting, screen recording, film editing, social media, the list goes on. It's a humbling process, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. Finally, regarding shooting videos or my pivot to video, I have to say I'm super grateful for the positive feedback I've received from my newsletters. I've written about loneliness, friendships, mindset, motivation, self-image, self-control, downsizing as we age, and many other topics. The feedback has given me a lot of confidence to continue my work. The content resonates with a lot of men, and I've learned there's a huge appetite for this type of content. And you can see my newsletters in the link below. The third agenda item is the journey. Some of the happiest men I know are busy working on something. Not necessarily full-time, but for sure something that gives them purpose. They wake up enthusiastic, excited to get to work on something they enjoy. This purpose gives them energy. For well-being, we need something to do. We need to feel relevant, and we need to love what we do. I think as we age, our purpose evolves, and sometimes we need to embark on a journey to find it. Many of the ideas I talk about are from conversations I've had with men or from my own personal challenging experiences. A lot of it is simple ancient wisdom that bears repeating. Wherever we are in the world, men face the same challenges. It's frightening to start something new, change careers, start a business, write a book, become a painter, shoot videos. My hope is that my pivot to YouTube is inspiring. If I can do it, you can do it. Agenda item number 4 is the 9 pillars of well-being. 3 years ago, I started writing about the 9 pillars, and my conviction in them has grown. By well-being, I mean health as it relates to mental, cognitive, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. It means having energy, about feeling good when you get out of bed in the morning, and having self-confidence, self-control, self-discovery. My basic premise is there's 2 approaches to well-being, a passive approach and an active approach. The passive approach is a short-term fix: drugs, alcohol, porn, social media, therapy. The active approach is a long-term solution, and it involves working on the 9 pillars. Here's a brief run-through of the 9 pillars of well-being. Pillar number 1, having purpose. Pillar number 2, enjoying friendships. Pillar number 3, financial security. Pillar number 4, active learning. Pillar number 5, meaningful intimacy. And I don't mean just sex. I mean having intimate conversations with people you love or trust. Pillar number 6, managing thoughts and emotions. At any point in time, we have 2 baskets in front of us, a negative basket and a positive basket. Whichever one we decide to focus on is where we go. Pillar number 7, regular, vigorous exercise. Pillar number 8, strict nutrition. Pillar number 9, restorative rest, sleeping well. You can read more about my 9 pillars of well-being in my newsletter, and the link is below. Agenda item number 5 is my suggestions for men over 50. When my dad died a few years ago, I wrote a newsletter called Eulogy for Dad. It was one of my most popular newsletters, especially the part about the 19 lessons from Dad. Here are some of my suggestions for men over 50. Take care of yourself. For well-being, it's either self-help or no help. It's okay to rest. Have a nap. Evolve. Take a chance. Try something new. Have a purpose and have more fun. Live life and learn. Let go of success addiction. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't try to be perfect. You don't need to impress anyone. Do more of what you want, not what they want you to do, whoever they are. The list goes on, and I'll share more later. In conclusion, I want to say I know a lot of men over 50 who suffer. They're alcoholics, addicted to drugs, financially broke, obese, sick, diabetic, depressed, unhappy about their marriage, and so on. Some of them are dead. I hope I can be useful to motivate men to work on the 9 pillars. I look forward to sharing my experience as I age. As I said before, in the description you can find links to my newsletters, Finding Purpose, 9 Pillars of Well-Being, my Eulogy for Dad, and many others. I would be grateful if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Peter Pavlina from The Well-Being Man, and I'll see you in my next video.